Good evening, children. Today we are going to start with preparation, properties, and uses of oxygen topic. Topic to cover is preparation, properties, and uses of dioxygen. Important part. So this is the topic we are going to cover today. Okay. Before that, anomalous properties of oxygen, that part we completed. The in-text question are given. We have to solve the in-text question. First question, H2S is less acidic than H2TE. Why? This is the question. What do you mean by acidic character? First we have to know what is acidic character. Acidic acid is a one which donate hydrogen ion, which donate hydrogen when dissolved in water. Acid is the one which donate hydrogen ion and dissolved in water. This is the concept. Suppose I am taking hydrogen from these things. H2TE is more acidic than H2S. This is the question. Why? H2TE, because tellurium is bigger size atom. The distance between the nucleus and the outermost electron is very high, so less effective nuclear charge. Therefore, hydrogen can easily removed from the tellurium atom. That is why this is more acidic than H2S. So in the order, I am going to write the order. H2S is more acidic than H2SC greater than H2TE. So this is the acidity order. Acidity order. This is due to big size of tellurium. Therefore, effective nuclear charge is less. Effective nuclear charge is less. So hydrogen readily furnishes when dissolved in water. When dissolved in water. So this is the answer for first question. H2S is less acidic than H2TE because of the size. Bigger size atom have more acidity. Due to see from top to bottom, oxygen, sulfur, selenium, tellurium, polonium. Atomic size increases. So that the reason is if the size increases, effective nuclear charge is less. Therefore, the energy required to remove hydrogen is very less. That is why when you are adding HCl to water, it easily releases hydrogen ion, so that it is highly acidic. This is the answer for question number 1. Now I am going to ask the second question. List the important sources of sulfur. This is the second question. Due to big size of tellurium, therefore effective nuclear charge is less, so hydrogen readily furnishes and dissolved in water. Now I am going to answer the second question. What is the question they are asking? List the important sources of sulfur. Sources of sulfur. Sulfur exists in the form of sulfate and sulfide. Two forms. Sulfate example. For sulfate example, calcium sulfate 2H2O is called gypsum. Then magnesium sulfate 7H2O. This is called as Epsom salt. Gypsum Epsom. Barium sulfate is called baryte. So these are the three forms of sulfur and sulfate form of sulfur. Sulfate form of sulfur is zinc sulfide, zinc blend. Lead sulfide, PBS, galena, lead sulfide. Iron sulfide, FeS2, is called iron pyrites. And one more thing is CuFeS2 is called copper pyrites. So these are the things in organic compounds also containing sulfur. What are they? Onion, garlic, mustard, hair, wool, egg, proteins. So this also containing the sulfur, and the volcanoes containing sulfur in the form of H2S. In the earth, sulfur present in 0.03 to 0.1 percentage sulfur. Sulfur present in combined state. See that sources of sulfur, what are they? Sulfur is present in the form of sulfate, calcium sulfate to H2O, gypsum, which is used for setting of cement. Magnesium sulfate 7H2O. This is also used in the cement industry. This is these two salts are called hydrated salts. This barium sulfate is called baryate. Sulfate, zinc sulfate, galena. Zinc is extracted in the earth surface as zinc sulfate. And lead sulfate is called galena. Zinc sulfate is called zinc blende. Iron pyrites is called this one. Copper pyrites is CuFeS2. These are present in the ores, then the form of ores. Organic compounds containing sulfur is onion, garlic, mustard, hair, wool, egg, protein, etc. Volcanoes containing sulfur in the form of H2S. This is the answer for second question. I am going to rub the answer now. Question number 3. Question number 3. Write the order of thermal stability of group 16 element. Order is H2O greater than H2S greater than H2SC greater than H2TE. This is the order. So, thermal stability, water has more thermal stability than the remaining compounds. Then the remaining compounds. Reason is high bond dissociation. Water has high bond dissociation enthalpy. Water has high bond dissociation enthalpy than the, this is a key point, bond dissociation enthalpy than the remaining compounds. Bond dissociation enthalpy is inversely proportional to atomic radius. Bond dissociation size increases, atomic size increases, bond dissociation enthalpy decreases. That is the thing. Third point, very important point. First point this one, second one this one, third one is this one. 3 points. This is the reason. If the size of the atom is increases, bond dissociation enthalpy decreases, because the attraction between the nucleus and the outermost electron will be less. So less amount of energy required to remove the electron. Okay, that's the thing given. S2T is a bigger atom, so bond dissociation enthalpy less. Water is a smaller atom. Oxygen and hydrogen are associated with each other. Strong intramolecular hydrogen bonding with them. So that is why they are the more amount of heat required to break them. That is called thermal stability, heat resistant. Water can resist more amount of heat because of their higher bond dissociation enthalpy. This technical point will give 1 mark. Next question. Next question. Why H2S is a question number 4. Why H2O is a liquid where H2S is a gas? 1 more question. due to oxygen is very very small size, oxygen is smaller than sulfur. Electronegativity in the sense oxygen is greater than sulfur. Extent of hydrogen bond, oxygen is very very greater than sulfur. This is 3 point. With the help of this, oxygen H2O has strong intermolecular hydrogen bonding. So all oxygen and hydrogen are associated and easily gives water. H2S have weak intermolecular due to larger size. Small size. Weak intermolecular hydrogen bonding. Due to large size of the atom. So this is the answer for the question why water is a liquid and why hydrogen sulfide is a gas. Size, we have to write size, electronegativity, extent of hydrogen bonding. These 3 things you have to mention. If size is very small means strong intermolecular hydrogen bonding possible. Size is bigger means weak intermolecular hydrogen bond only possible. Electronegativity high means the affinity with hydrogen and oxygen is high, and extent of hydrogen bonding also increases. These are the answer for this question. Preparation of oxygen. We are going to discuss with the preparation of oxygen in many methods. One is normally the photosynthesis method, prepare thermal decomposition of oxygen rich compounds, preparing thermal decomposition of low reactive metals in the electrochemical series, thermal decomposition of H2O2, then electrolysis and the liquefaction method. All those methods we are going to see. First I will start with photosynthesis. 6CO2 plus 6H2O in presence of photosynthesis. 6CO2 plus 6H2O in presence of sunlight. Okay, sunlight, chlorophyll. It will use 6 molecules, C6H12O6 plus 6O2 plus okay. This is the reaction from oxygen gas can be prepared. Photosynthesis method, we can easily prepare oxygen. Next method is the preparation of thermal decomposition of oxygen rich compounds like chlorates, permanganates, nitrates, etc. See, I will take potassium permanganate, 2 KMnO4, heat it will give K2MnO4 plus MnO2 plus O2 oxygen is formed. This is called potassium permanganate. And this one is called potassium manganate. Right. Next, it is prepared from KClO3, potassium chlorate. On giving heat, it will use 2 KCl potassium chloride plus 3O2 gas. Right. Next one is from potassium nitrate, KNO3. On giving heat, it will use 2 KNO2 plus O2. Nitrate, potassium nitrate, use potassium nitrite. This is one more. Next one is barium oxide, barium peroxide, 2BaO3 O2. So these are the thermal decomposition of oxygen-rich species. Just some examples only given. Many reactions possible for the preparation of oxygen. Even the plants releasing oxygen during the photosynthesis. Okay. Next method is the thermal decomposition method. Next method is simple, that is the laboratory method. The same reaction, potassium chlorate is mixed with manganese dioxide and thermal decomposition is possible. After that it will give oxygen. Example, 4:1 ratio of this is KClO3 4 and manganese dioxide 1. Lab method. In this concept we are using the second method of preparation, that KClO3 to KClO3 heat plus M1O2 catalytically react to give the reaction to KCl. The reaction is 3O2. This is the laboratory method. Next one is the decomposition taking place in presence of some low reactive metal oxides in the electrochemical series like silver, lead, mercury, like that, less copper, less reactive metals we are using. That I am going to write here. Some low reactive metals, 2Ag2O on heat gives 2Ag, 4Ag. 4Ag, this is a solid, this is also a solid, plus O2 gas. Next one, 2H0, mercury oxide on heating, it produces 2Hg, solid, this is a liquid, plus O2 gas. Next one is 2Pb3O4, giving heat, it will give 6Pb4 plus O2 gas. This is a solid, this is also a solid. Next one is 2PbO2 and heat it will gives 2PbO solid, solid plus O2 gas. So these are called mercury, silver, lead. All these things are low reactive metals in the electrochemical series. That means the oxygen will react with less reactive metals, means the bond between the less reactive metal and the oxygen is weaker. So a small amount of heat applied means the bond will be break. That is the reaction taking place here. Okay. Next I am going to tell about the thermal decomposition of hydrogen peroxide. From hydrogen peroxide. In this case, in the hydrogen peroxide, we have to write like this: 2H2O2 on giving heat it produces 2H2O plus O2. So this is a gas, this is a liquid, this is aqueous, and this is gas. So this reaction, hydrogen peroxide undergoes decomposition in presence of heat, it will give water and oxygen gas. Next method is electrolysis. Electrolysis. Electrolysis of water. So it's a beaker containing water molecules. It's 2O. Okay. And this one more beaker, glass rod connected with electrode, graphite electrode. Connected with voltmeter. So one is act as anode, other one is act as cathode. Cathode, anode, 2H2O reaction, 2H2O passing current, it will give 2H2 plus O2. So the gases coming out in the ratio of 2:1. So what happened? The gas bubbles attached here. Here what gas will come? H2 gas. Here what gas will come? O2 gas. O2 gas. So So the anions, negative ions move towards the positive ion and positive ion move towards negative ion. Like that, water molecule is dissociated with the help of current. This process is called as obtaining gas from water molecule by passing current. We learned in 10th standard. Same thing. This is a setup. Here water molecules are there. This is called graphite anode. This is graphite cathode connected to a voltmeter. While passing current, what happened means the gases dissipated into the liquid. Water molecule is dissociated into H2 and O2 like this, and they will settle down in the glass rod like this. This is the way we can preparing oxygen by electrolysis. Next one is getting oxygen from the atmosphere, moist air. Getting oxygen from moist air. O2 from moist air. This is also simplest way. Moist air containing water and oxygen. You have to liquefy the gas into liquid state. While liquefying, you have to filter the unwanted carbon dioxide and other contaminants. After contamination, you have to use fractional crystallization method, fractional distillation. We already know that after liquefaction, dinitrogen and dioxygen only remaining in the content. After you have to boil it. The boiling point of nitrogen is 77 degree and the boiling point of oxygen is 90 degree. So what happened at 77 degree? We have to stop the process. The nitrogen gas is passed through the Liebig condenser, condensed and it is settled on another beaker as nitrogen liquid. This oxygen liquid is separated in the round bottom flask. We have learned in the 9th standard as simple distillation, fractional distillation, all those things. So the fractional distillation method, we can separate the oxygen and nitrogen. Okay, this is the last method of preparation of oxygen. Okay, now I am going to tell about the properties of oxygen. Properties of dioxygen. Oxygen is colorless, odorless gas. Colorless, odorless gas. Oxygen mixed with oxygen soluble, slightly soluble in water, slightly soluble in water in the ratio of 3.08 in grams in 100 grams of water at the temperature of 293 Kelvin. Okay, boils at oxygen boils at 90 Kelvin, freezes at 55 Kelvin. Liquid oxygen not boils, liquefies at 90 Kelvin, freezes at 55 Kelvin. Liquid hydrogen is blue in color, and for solid oxygen is deep blue in color. Okay, isotopes of oxygen. What do you mean by isotope? Isotope means the element having same atomic number but different mass number that we learned. So oxygen 16, oxygen 17, oxygen 18. There are three forms of isotopes. Three isotopes present in oxygen. Dioxygen is paramagnetic, even it containing even number of electrons. This we learned in the chapter 4 in the 11th standard. Okay, these are the things. Next one is dioxygen will react with almost all the metals and non-metals except gold and platinum, and it will not react with noble gases. Dioxygen react with combined with other element. This combination is highly exothermic. Strong exothermic reaction will take in place, but the reaction is started by applying some amount of heat, because the bond dissociation enthalpy of oxygen, that is O double bond O, is equal to 493.8 kilojoules per mole, right? So bond dissociation enthalpy is higher in dioxygen, so heat, a small amount of heat is required to start the process, right? These are the important properties of dioxygen. Now I am going to write some reactions based on the dioxygen. Chemical reaction. See, it will react with almost all metal oxides. For example, 2Na2O2 plus 2H2O, it will give 4NaOH plus O2. So these are the reaction. High sodium peroxide, water react to give sodium hydroxide and the oxygen molecule. The example, calcium plus O2 gives calcium oxide. Heat, applying heat. Okay. Then aluminium 4Al plus 3O2. In the presence of heat, it will give 2Al2O3 as alumina oxide. Right. Next reaction is P4, phosphorus plus 5O2. Some reactions of O2. P4 plus 5O2 gives P4O10. Next one is zinc sulfate plus 2-Zetan plus 3O2 gives 2-Zetan-O plus 2SO2 gas. Sulfur dioxide, oxygen releases sulfur dioxide. Like that, FeS also like that. And then for example, methane plus 2O2 gives CO2 plus 2H2O. This is called as combustion process. Highly exothermic. This is highly exothermic. It will be reactor. So light plus heat also coming out. So this is called complete combustion. Methane gas is present. Suppose it will containing the CH2 double bonds CH2 plus 3O2, it will use the following of 2CO2 plus 3H2O plus heat. So highly exothermic reactions taking place. Okay, these are examples. Now I am going to start with some examples, some more examples. Catalytically, it will react with catalytic reduction. Some catalytic reactions. Some catalytic reactions of oxygen. I am going to tell about some catalytic reactions of oxygen. What are the catalytic reactions? See that 2SO2 plus O2 in presence of vanadium pentoxide. It's a good oxidizing agent. Oxidizing agent is the one which induces the oxidation reaction. 2SO3 gas. Next one is 4HCl plus O2 in presence of CuCl2 is 2Cl2 plus 2H2O. So these are all important reactions given in the textbook. Okay. Now I am going to write some more reactions. With dihydrogen, oxygen react with hydrogen to form water molecule. This is the very important reaction. 2H2 plus O2 in the presence of heat or electric discharge, it will give 2H2O. Water formation, very important reaction. Next one with nitrogen. Oxygen react with nitrogen. This is also important. N2 plus O2 in the presence of 1733 Kelvin temperature, it will give nitrogen monoxide 2NO. Right? Mercury sulfate called cinnabar. HCS plus 3O2 gives 2HCS plus 3O2 gives 2HgO. This is called Cinnabar. Mercury sulfide react with oxygen to give mercurous oxide plus 2SO2 sulfur dioxide gas. These are the three important reactions based on the oxidation reactions, oxygen reaction. Next I am going to tell about hydrocarbons reaction, oxygen with hydrocarbons. Oxygen reaction with hydrocarbons. This is also important reaction. We have already discussed methane plus 2O2 gives CO2 plus 2H2O. One more thing is CH2 double bond CH2 plus 2O2 plus heat, all are highly exothermic reaction. Gives 3O2 gives C2CO2 plus 2H2O plus heat. Next one is CH2CH triple bond CH plus 5O2 gives 4CO2 plus 2H2O plus heat. So this is very important reaction, combustion reaction. This is called combustion reaction. This combustion type of reaction, methane is a fuel react with oxygen to give carbon dioxide, water vapor and heat. Same type of unsaturated compound also gives the same product. This is the oxygen react with carbon disulfide. Next reaction CH2 plus 2O2 gives CO2 plus SO2. This is also very important reaction. These are the some reactions based on oxygen. Now I am going to tell about the uses of oxygen. Next compartment is uses of oxygen. Uses of oxygen, very important. Oxygen not only used for combustion and respiration reaction, but also useful for the oxyacetylene torch, oxyacetylene and oxyhydrogen torch used for the manufacture of metals, welding. Oxyacetylene torch and oxyhydrogen torch used for welding purpose in the metallurgical industries. Oxygen used in roasting process, metallurgical industry, used in cutting and welding, in the metallurgical industry. Next one is second point. Next topic is roasting. In the purification of metals, oxygen involved in the roasting process. Right. Third point is hospital. In hospitals, oxygen cylinder used as artificial respiration. Respiration purpose. Next one is fourth point is high mountaineers using oxygen cylinders. Mountain climbers using oxygen cylinders, in high altitudes. Oxygen cylinders in high altitudes. Next one is the fifth point is oxygen plus hydrogen used. Hydrogen means NH2 double bond NH2, single bond NH2. Hydrogen mixture used as a fuel in rocket propellants, So these are the major uses of oxygen. Now we are going to solve two questions based on this topic. This question is asked in the textbook. Which of the following does not react with the oxygen directly? Answer is platinum. I am going to write the reason here. Reason: zinc plus oxygen gives zinc oxide. Titanium plus oxygen gives titanium oxide. Iron plus oxygen gives 2Fe. Sorry, Fe plus O gives FeO, of O2 gives FeO, iron oxide. Then platinum, no reaction. So the answer is this one. So because the platinum is a noble metal, unreactive with oxygen, so it is unreactive. That's why the answer is platinum. Complete the following reactions. Ethane plus oxygen, what is the product? This already we have discussed in the last question. Answer is 2CO2 plus H2O, remaining water molecule. 2H2O, right? 2CO2, 2C, right? O2. Now it's okay. C2H4 plus 2O2 and heat gives plus heat. This is the answer for this question. 2Al2O3. This is the answer for this question. These questions are present in the topic itself, so no problem. Thank you, children. Have a nice day. God bless you. Next class we will discuss upon the oxides of oxygen, amphoteric oxides, basic oxides, acidic oxides, neutral oxides, mixed form of oxides. All those topics we will discuss in the next class. Read the paragraph carefully. Practice yourself. All the best. Thank you.